Hello everybody. It's William Jiaming. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, let's continue our journey to make a privacy protect face mask. This is just a quick face mask that I made, and I'm in my pajama, and this is my really small bedroom. And before we get started, I have a small favor to ask you guys. Right now, I got unemployed and was stuck. I'm still stuck in this really small bedroom, and so that's the reason why I start this YouTube channel to hopefully make some money and keep the cash flow going. So the best way to support me, by the way, I update video every day. Okay, so the best way to support me and keep this channel going is to for you to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumb up. Thank you so much for your support, and yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So if you're new to my channel, well, this channel is all about programming, about app development, about game development, about incorporation of artificial intelligence, and you're watching a series of video. I think is in the playlist of Augmented Reality Kit development in Apple's device, and you're watching how to use the face anchor to make a customized face mask that you can add your model to it. Okay, and before we actually get started, I think I already downloaded. Yeah, I already downloaded multiple Xcode for that because as I said in my previous video, the Xcode is really unstable. I think it's got some major transition right now, and as I recall this, Xcode Beta 2 is coming out, and this will be a Xcode 15.2 beta, and this is not beta 2 but rather because I got 2 beta downloaded, and so I'm going to explain what's going on. Alright, so this beta will be a Xcode 15.1. Let me just open that just to make it 100% sure. Yeah, so if you double click, remember you can have multiple Xcode installed in your machine. Okay, so this code is this Xcode is version 15.0 beta 8. If you are going to develop the say augmented reality app, or using a reality composer, you're going to use that, especially if you, like me, do not have a silicon chips at your Mac. This is as the latest version as you can get, because if you install the latest version of say you want to incorporate the Vision OS development, you got to have a silicon chips in order to do that. So yeah, that's a little bit unfair for those of the developers who do not have the silicon version of it. And unluckily, I do not have, so I have to borrow computer from my friends in order to continue to record videos. So yeah, please support me so I can actually buy something, to buy a minimum requirement so I can continue to record video. Right, so if you got unlucky like me, do not have a silicon version, you are stuck with this version, at least for now. Of course you can create a new project, and if you click Xcode, you can open developer tool, and you can get a Reality Composer Pro, right? And if you got the released version of Xcode 15, you will not be able to find the Reality Composer Pro. That's the thing I have to clarify at the first of this video, because if you would like to follow, you have to follow a really strict version requirement in order to do that, because I think Apple is still in a lot of testing, and they think maybe the Reality Composer Pro and the Reality Composer will be a separate product, and Reality Composer Pro, I think the whole project structure just got changed. Okay, and I think there is a trend that Apple would like to focus their focus their the energy on their newly headsets to develop an AR and VR app. And even though the AR VR apps on iPhone, I think, have a lot of potential, but Apple has kind of make it the product line a little bit messy. So as a developer, I do not recommend that you learn the iOS AR or VR focus too much time, because the best time to learn it and to develop it is when this at least the developer tool, for example the Xcode, becomes stable, that you can use that without going through a lot of transition, because especially if you're learning it and the whole process changed, it will be really frustrating because you don't know what's going on underneath the editor. All right, so if you have to develop your app and you want to continue to do that, the latest version is Xcode 15 beta 8. And if you want to follow this specific tutorial with the face mask, you're going to use a sort of outdated version of Xcode, and that is the latest Xcode that can support experience file and have embedded reality composer, and that is the Xcode I installed here. Okay, so if you got a newer version of a Mac OS but install a not so new version of Xcode, you will have a sort of disabled sign here. Don't worry, you can walk around it by right click and show package content, and you can click content and you can go to Mac OS, and you can double click this Xcode to open a terminal version of Xcode. And in order to get rid of the conflict, I'm going to close this Xcode 15 beta 8. Alright, let me just make sure I close this and double click this Xcode. You will be presented with a terminal file, and there's a lot of going on here. Don't worry, you will wait a few seconds and you can see a Xcode I think a dialogue thingy coming out, and then you can use this Xcode. I think this Xcode already running, and just wait for a few seconds. Alright, I think the Xcode is up and running. If you don't see that, you just click the this Xcode, and I believe you can change the menu here, and then you can manually click File and New and open New Project. Alright. And remember, don't close this terminal run at the background, because if you close it, you won't be able to use the Xcode. And this version of Xcode have Augmented Reality app, so you can use it. And you got others. Yeah, we got Mac OS. Yeah, and you click next. We can say test, right? And Swift UI, all that stuff. And you click next test. Let me just I already created a test file, so let's create it again and replace it. Okay, and after a few seconds it's been created, and then we got experience.rc project file. This is really important, because the latest version, when you want to develop a Vision OS reality composer experience, you are going to get a RK project file. So and if you look at inside, so for example, if you click Show Finder, you will see a completely different structure. All right. So previously we got library, we got thumbnail, we got this projects, and of course we got embedded reality composer. And then you click it, you can play around with this. But if you got latest version, you won't be able to do that. So if you want to follow this specific tutorial, you're going to install this specific version. Let me just give you a glimpse of what specific version is. This will be a 14.3.1. It's a latest version that can support this kind of maneuver. If you use say 15, point 1 or 15 released version, you won't be able to use that. I think I got the Apple's release notes here, and I am going to let me just bring that to you. Okay, this website I use a lot, called Xcode Releases, especially if you want to try the new stuff without seeing all the conflicts. Right now, the latest version is Xcode 15.2 beta 1, and this version already adds the Vision OS and the Reality Kit experience to it, but you won't be able to use that if you got Intel chips Mac like me. You have to use a silicon version, so that's a bummer. And if you got the the Intel version like me, but you still want to develop and use the say Reality Composer, you have to stick with this beta 8 version. Okay, so you got Xcode 15 beta 8, and if you got projects ongoing, you have to use this, stick with this version. And let's go back to here. That's the version that I'm been using to demonstrate this specific video. Remember, it's only for this specific video I use this Xcode. Okay, because Xcode disabled the supports. I'm not sure whether they are completely disable that or just temporarily, because they still want to focus on the Vision OS, so want to figure out the cross-platform support, something like that. I'm not sure, right? I'm not connected with Apple. I'm just a developer. And I share with you the information that I search online, so there's no guarantee. Maybe they change everything when you watch this video, and I'm sure to update another video in my channel. Okay, so if you have to follow exactly what I did, my recommendation is to you go to xcodereleases.com and you download this specific version, so you can get the latest Xcode that supports this kind of maneuver if you got Intel chip, right? And in later tutorial, I might use the beta version of it, or may use the released version of Xcode 15.1. Okay, so if you have any problem or any question to ask, you can leave in the comment section, and I will I'm sure to answer that. So let's continue. So we use this version of Xcode, and we got experience file, and this is really convenient because you can change that. Remember, we are going to use this to quickly build a like the privacy protect app. So let's change the anchor type to face. So everything that you put inside of this file will be stick anchor to your face, and you can choose this cube, and say you don't want it, you can just delete it. And yeah, at the start of this video, I use a plate to stick on the face. So you can I think you can find everything here. So if you grab a chair, you can just grab it here. And yeah, this will be time consuming, so I'm just going to demonstrate quickly without spending too much time on it. I just want to show you that this is doable. I think I would use the tableware, right? So if you are sure about that, you just click and drag it here, and of course you can anchor it on your face. Okay, so got it pretty far away, and okay, so we already got it here. And what I'm going to do is to move it to connect. That is not connect to cover part of your face, and of course you can move it. Of course you can duplicate that, right? And you can duplicate multiple one, and if you go up, then you can rotate it, right? And you can rotate it 90 degree, and you can still drag. And it's just that. like you're playing a digital cyber Lego, something like that, and you can duplicate that, right? And you can go here, and you can rotate. Yeah, I'm not going to do everything again. You can do whatever you like, and yeah, as long as it suits you. Okay, so if you want to add glasses to it, you can do that. Okay, so and of course you can import the customizable yeah, the so your sunglasses, some mustache, you can do that. Okay, after you have done the edit, you just save it and just close it, and the experience RC project will already being updated, and you can just yeah, reference it. So I'm going to demonstrate how to quickly reference it just inside this content view.swift, right? And so let's dealing with the code. Right now, to be honest, we don't really need this, so I'm just going to close it and focus on the code. Previously, we did not deal with experience file, so this time we're going to directly handle the experience file. And to handle that, AR view, we need that, and this anchor box and the scene and anchor box. Instead of doing that, I'm going to add face anchor rather than anchor box. So everything inside will be just yeah, make sure the code runs smoothly. So for example, you can say let the configuration will be AR face tracking configuration. So you can say configuration config. Okay, config will be AR face tracking tracking configuration. Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to use Xcode to do that, because there's no autumn prompts. Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to use to compile it a lot. So disable restrict mode. Yeah, that's pretty good. So config will be AR wall tracking. Yeah, I'm going to use AR face tracking configuration, right? And once you got the configuration ready, and then you can say we go run that session, install that specific configuration. Okay, so AR view, we start the session, and then you run and you pass in the AR face tracking configuration to it. So, and don't forget, we need to have a face anchor in order to do that. So let our anchor entity face. Yeah, I think I have to got the experience in order to do that. So let's our anchor will be, and first let me just get the experience load scene yet. That's not face, but I think it's called it load scene. Scene, right? So after you have loaded scene, you're going to add that anchor to the scene. So AR view, scene anchor, and I'm going to append anchor. I think you can add anchor rather than append, because you got no anchor specifically. Yeah, so scene, and then just add anchor, and that anchor will be a load scene, right? And yeah, so once you've done that, you can actually run the app, and then of course you can add some say whether your phone support that AR face tracking configuration, because AR face tracking configuration is a specific configuration that's only supported by phone that have a depth camera ready, right? So but basically you can track, you can wrap it around it and have it around, or you don't need to have it tested, because if the phone do not have it, this app will not have any meaning at all. So basically, you got this specific configuration, and you got this session run with that configuration. You try whether we can load this experience, and then you add this anchor to the scene using the anchor, and everything you stick on the anchor will be run. Okay, so you can save it and go back to here and have your phone ready, and then you can actually do that. And RealityKit, I think I'm going to. Oh, sorry. You're going to import ARKit in order to get the face tracking configuration actually working, because this is the configuration that's only including ARKit, not in RealityKit. So yeah, no member load sing. Alright, I found out the reason why it got this error. Yeah, let's go back to Xcode. Sorry, because have no member load scene, and I'm going to change this scene box to just to the name scene. Okay, so scene, and you can actually load it, and we can add a lot of things here. So you can imagine this face anchor as a sort of ground that can constantly moving, or you can even use a certain image for that. Okay, and then you can change the image, and then it will stick to that image. So basically, I think image tracking is a little bit harder because the image can move a lot, but your face will be a limited moving range. So yeah, basically it's the same. Okay, so they just scan this face and they treat this face as a like a ground, but the ground's moving, so you have an anchor on that face, and whatever stick to the anchor will move. So we already done that multiple times, and in later version of Xcode, this is really important reminder here. If you have to follow a really simple rule to just load the scene, load the experience, and add the anchor, and yeah, you have to use this specific version. This is as latest, as new as you can get. If you have to dive deeper into the rabbit hole, you have to watch my later tutorial, because there's a lot of going on underneath it, especially in this really chaotic time. Apple has completely changed the structure. So if you look at the this dots, you can see our C project, but right now Apple just changed that to RK project. So Reality Composer, I don't know whether the Composer C Composer, right? So it just become K Composer. I don't know, maybe it's a bad joke. I don't know. So there's a lot going on beneath it. So if you save it, and let's go back to here. So if you save it, you can open this in in Finder, and you can show package content. You can see they got a thumbnail, right? We got square, and we got wide, and we got library installed. We get project library content and version, and we got specific library number, and we got this Apple RC Foundation project here. So this will be a completely different experience, especially you got a newer version of the Xcode, and you say, let me just show you. This is a already sort of a outdated version, and if you click it here, you got this beta. This is the latest version, as latest as you can get when I record this video. You can double click it, and we got this version of 15.2 beta here, and you can create a new project, and you guys can see you can create Vision OS, but right now I do not have the computer to run this. So yeah, so I have to choose iOS Augmented Reality app, and you can click next, and you can say some test, right? And you can say next, and all right, let's create another file for the test. So I'm going to say test2 and create it, and just wait a few seconds. Okay, so this would be the newer way of doing it. You can see that the experience file is gone, and when you want to create a new file, it's gone. So if you are following this and you think, yeah, you can use the latest version and get around with it, you can't do that. You can't do that. So if you search Reality Kit, you won't be able to do any of it. Okay, you have to do that manually, or you have to do create a completely new Swift file, and like I did before, you need to coordinate and add some import Reality Kit, import AR Kit, and adding anchor, adding some mesh, and then do all sort of things that we already done that multiple times. You have to do that. You won't be able to just do this Reality Composer thing. And strangely, you can open Reality Composer as Xcode, open Developer Tool, Reality Composer Pro, but you won't be able to run that if you do not have a Apple Silicon. So Apple is currently, I think the roadmap might be, I'm not, disclaimer, I'm not from Apple, so I don't know their roadmap, but I kind of, this is just my opinion, is that Apple have just migrate, they might just migrate from this Intel chip, everything that they develop using Intel chip, they will migrate to silicon. And the Reality Composer Pro will just dedicate to Vision OS, just for now, at least for the moment where I record this video. And maybe when they are really familiar, will already solved all the problems at Vision OS, they might just extend this to your the iOS products. I'm not sure. I don't know. But things is really chaotic time. You want to follow a really simple tutorial, I suggest you use the this version, right? This version of Reality Pro. Let me just give you about that. Reality Composer is not Pro. You got a version of 1.5, and if you got Pro, currently even I can't run it. I have to borrow a computer in order to do that, and right now it's called the Reality Composer Pro. And it's a specific dedicated for the Visual OS project. Alright? So, I know I'm babbling about a lot, but I browsed the internet and I could not find any of the solution to this problem, and maybe one or two threads at Reddit and one or two posts at the Apple's forum, but there's no official timeline or map for that. Maybe I didn't find it, I'm not sure. If you don't know, if you do find something, do leave in the comment section. Let me know. Okay, thank you. And I think that's pretty much. And as I promised, I show you guys how to do this. Privacy protect. But you won't be able to do a latest version. Like a Snapchat's different filtering apps. At least. For now, you can't do that in an easy way. You just like you're modeling in a Reality Composer Pro, and you just load that thing and anchor that to your face. You can't simply do that by writing a few lines of code. Okay, so I think in the next video I'm going to show you guys much more interesting thing rather than this. I think this is a little bit meaningless because this is not your fault. It's not our developers' fault, but Apple's side they're actually developing something, and they change a lot. So when they got no mature documentation or mature products, my suggestion is that if you want to learn it, you learn something else and you wait for it to mature and have a fully documentation coming out, and they got some expert that can explain this documentation, because Apple do not have a very detailed documentation like a Google have. So you have to spend a lot of time, but it's not input and output efficient, right? yeah, that's my suggestion. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumb up. Right? Bye.